Welcome to Monthly Million, the channel where we reveal the real success stories, the journeys that start from nothing and rise to millions. Here, we don't just talk about fame, we uncover the struggle behind it. Today's story is not about overnight luck or easy success. It's about survival, faith, rejection, and relentless belief. This is the true American comeback story of a man who once slept in a tent and later became one of Hollywood's biggest stars. This is the life story of Chris Pratt. Christopher Michael Pratt was born on June 21, 1979, in Virginia, Minnesota, a small working-class town in the American Midwest. Life there was not glamorous. It was cold, simple, and built around hard work. His father worked in mining and later in construction, doing physically demanding labor. His mother worked in a grocery store, earning just enough to help keep the family going. Money was always tight. There were no luxury vacations, no fancy clothes, and no big dreams of Hollywood. Chris grew up like millions of ordinary American kids, learning early that life was about working, surviving, and pushing through. As a child, Chris was energetic but struggled in school. He wasn't the top student, and he often felt like he didn't belong anywhere special. He wasn't athletic, he wasn't popular, and he didn't feel talented in any obvious way. As he grew into his teenage years, he gained weight and became insecure about his body. He was not confident. He didn't see himself as successful or special. He felt average, sometimes less than average. While other kids talked about big dreams, Chris didn't know what he wanted to become. He just knew he didn't want to stay stuck. After high school, Chris briefly attended community college. But like many young people, he felt lost. He didn't see a future in books or classrooms. He dropped out, unsure of what to do next. He worked small jobs, trying to figure out life. Inside, he felt restless. He wanted freedom, adventure, something different. So he did what many young Americans dream of doing: he left. He moved to Hawaii, chasing the idea of paradise. He thought life would be easier there. But dreams and reality are not the same. Chris ran out of money quickly. He couldn't afford rent. He became homeless. He slept in a tent on the beach in Maui. No bed. No house. No security. Just sand, wind, and the open sky. During the day, he worked as a waiter at Bubba Gump Shrimp Company, earning just enough to eat and survive. At night, he went back to his tent. Those years were hard, but they changed him. Chris has said that even though he had nothing, those years gave him strength. He learned to live without comfort. He learned gratitude. He learned that happiness does not come from money, it comes from hope. He prayed. He believed life had more for him, even when there was no proof. One ordinary day changed everything. While working at the restaurant, he met actress Rae Dawn Chong. She noticed his energy, his humor, his natural presence. She asked him if he had ever acted. Chris laughed. He had no training, no experience, no connections. But she encouraged him to audition for a short film. He did it with zero expectations. He got the role. That single moment became his exit from homelessness and his entrance into acting. Chris left Hawaii and moved to Los Angeles, the city where dreams are built and destroyed. Life there was not easy. He faced rejection after rejection. Casting directors didn't see a star. They saw someone who didn't fit Hollywood's image. He was told no more times than he could count. Money was always low. But he refused to quit. His first real break came with the TV series Everwood. It wasn't superstardom, but it was stability. He was finally acting regularly. He was finally being paid for his dream. But even then, he was not famous. He was not rich. He was still fighting. Years later, another opportunity came: Parks and Recreation. His character Andy Dwyer was supposed to be temporary. But audiences loved him. His humor, innocence, and heart made people connect with him. America laughed with Andy, but Hollywood still didn't see Chris as a leading man. He was seen as funny, but not serious. Talented, but not powerful. Chris decided to change how the world saw him. He transformed his body, losing more than 60 pounds. He trained hard. He disciplined himself. He wanted to prove that he could become anything. That transformation changed his career forever. Then came Guardians of the Galaxy. When Chris was cast as Star-Lord, many people doubted him. But the film became a global success. Chris Pratt went from sitcom actor to international superstar. Soon after, Jurassic World shattered box office records. He was no longer underestimated. He was now one of Hollywood's biggest names. But his story didn't begin with fame, it began with a tent, a beach, and a man who refused to give up. His early days in Los Angeles were rough. He stayed on couches, in cheap apartments, sometimes unsure how he would pay rent. He went to audition after audition. He stood in long lines with hundreds of other young men who looked stronger, richer, and more confident. Many casting directors didn't see anything special in him. Some told him he was not the right type. Others said he wasn't serious enough. He walked out of rooms smiling but cried later in silence. He took small roles, commercials, tiny TV parts, background appearances. Nothing glamorous. Sometimes he would act for months and then go unemployed again. He never knew when the next opportunity would come. But he kept showing up. He believed that one yes could erase 1,000 no's. That yes came when he was cast in Everwood in 2002. The show was not a massive hit, but it gave him something priceless: experience. He learned how to act on camera. He learned discipline. He learned patience. For the first time, acting became his real job. But fame still felt far away. After Everwood ended, he went back into uncertainty. Auditions slowed. Money became tight again. He thought many times about quitting. But each time he remembered sleeping in that tent in Hawaii, and he told himself, "I survived that. I can survive this." Then came Parks and Recreation. He was cast as Andy Dwyer, a funny, lovable, slightly clueless character. Originally, Andy was only meant to appear in a few episodes. But audiences loved him. His natural humor, innocence, and charm made people connect with him instantly. The show kept him. America laughed with Andy, but behind the scenes, Chris was still struggling with self-image. He was overweight. He didn't feel strong. He didn't see himself as a leading man. Hollywood still saw him as the funny guy, not the hero. He was grateful for success, but he wanted more. He didn't want to be limited by how others saw him. He wanted to control his future. So he changed himself. Chris committed to extreme discipline. He trained every day. He changed his diet. He stopped drinking alcohol. He followed a strict routine. Slowly, his body changed. He lost over 60 pounds. His energy changed. His confidence changed. He looked like someone ready for action roles. But more importantly, he felt like someone who deserved more. That transformation opened doors. When Marvel Studios was casting for Guardians of the Galaxy, no one expected Chris Pratt to get the role. People laughed when his name was mentioned. They remembered him as the funny guy from TV. But Chris walked into the audition with confidence, discipline, and hunger. He got the role of Peter Quill, Star-Lord. When Guardians of the Galaxy released in 2014, it shocked the world. It became a massive global success. Chris Pratt became an international star overnight. Interviews, magazines, fans, everything changed. But inside, he was still the man who slept in a tent. He still remembered rejection. That memory kept him humble. Then came Jurassic World. The movie broke box office records. Chris Pratt was now one of Hollywood's top-paid actors. From homelessness to billion-dollar movies, his story became legendary. But success didn't make him arrogant. He talked openly about faith. He talked about failure. He talked about fear. He showed people that behind the fame was still a human being who once had nothing. His journey became the modern American dream. Not perfect. Not easy. But powerful. And his story was still not over. After Guardians of the Galaxy and Jurassic World, Chris Pratt became one of the most in-demand actors in Hollywood. He traveled non-stop. Red carpets, movie sets, interviews, world tours, it never stopped. He was now living the dream he once prayed for while sleeping in a tent. But with success came pressure. Every movie had to be bigger. Every role had to be better. The world now expected greatness from him every time. At the same time, Chris was becoming a father. His son changed his life deeply. Fatherhood gave him a new purpose. He wanted to be present, responsible, and loving, everything he believed a real man should be. But balancing family and fame was not easy. Long shoots, travel, and work pressure tested him emotionally. Chris also faced personal struggles in relationships. Like many people, he experienced heartbreak, change, and difficult decisions. He learned that success does not protect you from pain. It only gives you a bigger stage to face it on. Through it all, his faith remained important. Chris often spoke about believing in God, about prayer, and about trusting life even when it doesn't make sense. Many people criticized him for speaking openly about faith. But Chris didn't hide who he was. He believed that being honest was more important than being liked. He wanted people to know that success without purpose feels empty. Even as a superstar, he never forgot his past. He often spoke about being homeless, about waiting tables, about rejection. He wanted young people to know that struggle is not shame, it is training. He said that life prepares you through pain so you are strong enough to handle success. Chris continued acting in major films, action, drama, animation, and comedy. But he also became more selective. He wanted roles that meant something. He wanted stories that inspired people. He didn't just want money, he wanted meaning. Today, Chris Pratt is not just a movie star. He is a symbol of resilience. From an overweight teenager in a small town, to a homeless waiter in Hawaii, to a rejected actor in Hollywood, to a global superstar, his journey shows that nothing is permanent, not failure and not success. His life proves something powerful. You don't need a perfect start. You don't need rich parents. You don't need connections. You need belief, discipline, and the courage to keep going when nothing makes sense. And that is why we tell stories like this on Monthly Million. Because somewhere right now, someone is sleeping in a car. Someone is failing auditions. Someone is being told, you're not good enough. Someone is losing hope. But if Chris Pratt could go from a tent to Hollywood, then your story is not over. Your chapter of success may not have started yet, but it will, if you refuse to quit. And this is exactly why we exist at Monthly Million, to reveal how ordinary people rise to extraordinary success. If a homeless waiter can become a Hollywood legend, your breakthrough may be closer than you think. Subscribe to Monthly Million for more real stories, from zero to millions.